Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jadi hari ini sebenarnya adalah hari untuk kita belajar satu lagi features baru yang ada dalam Angular. Kalau sebelum ini kita dah belajar tentang directives. Okay, kita dah belajar macam mana nak generate the page di dalam Angular. Tapi kali ini kita akan menggunakan satu features baru, iaitu service. Okay, I will explain to you about what is service and how to apply it. Okay, previously we know that we have a few of things that Ionic can generate. So let's see what are those things Ionic generate, and we have a list of things that we can generate using Angular. Okay, we using Ionic. Ionic with Angular. Okay, we are commonly use page. We generate page, Ionic G page, and the name of the page. We also have an interface, pipe guard, and others. Okay. This time we will learn on how to create or how to use service. Basically, service is a TypeScript module. Service is a dependency injection, which is an injection that pass a dependency to a dependent object. So it's like a transit lah. Kita boleh cerita macam dia ni sebuah transit yang kita park sesuatu untuk dipanggil balik ke di mana-mana page yang memerlukan. Dia ibaratnya benda yang kita nak type, coding kita dalam satu tempat tu banyak, tetapi kita nak menjadikan management of our programming is a little bit cleaner, manageable. Jadi kita asingkan satu part tu di dalam satu service. And service ini biasanya kita generatekan directly daripada sini, ataupun kita boleh gunakan Ionic generate ni untuk create that kind of service. Okay, alright, so let's do this exercise now. What will the objective or the aim of this lesson today is to produce something like this, yang mana we will use the list of averages that we have or we had done previously, and then we'll put it inside ion list, and then we will have one image here as the what we call it as the DP or as the icon of each item, and we'll have an arrow at the right side of each list, and when we click it, the detailed info of that particular drink will be displayed. Okay, coffee, and the price, the photo, and also the description. Okay, all of this will be provided inside an array, and then we just call it once. Then if you can see, it's not like we are making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pages to have 5 different information like this. For this detailed information, and this detailed information, we just provide one page of it, and we will use the ng4, or we will use the array service method to call this information to be displayed at the same page but with different information. Okay, so kita akan buat dulu exercise ini untuk faham lebih lanjut lagi lah. So what we need is our Visual Studio Code. I'm using a new project here, project demonstration, so it's up to you whether you want to use a new project or you want to continue with the Ionic component project. Okay, and currently I only have one page available here, which is the default page of home. we will create a new page which is called, let's say I'm going to use that drink example as well. So we will generate a new drink page, ionic G page drink. Okay, so a new folder will be created here. Now we want to make this page first, okay, which contains all this list. Okay, now we have the drink page, and firstly we will create a drink model to create a data type template. So for that purpose, we will create a new file, and let's use drink.model.ts. What is important here is the file type of TS TypeScript. So this will be the model for our drink array, which we will define the type of the data that we want to insert into our array. Okay, just press enter, and now we are in drink.model.ts. Actually, this one has the same features as generating the interface here. Interface, and we could call it a string. Let's call it a string. Okay, it is same like this. Export interface drink, sama saja. So which is why I will delete this, because I want to put it inside the drink folder. Okay, now we have drink model.ts. So what we need here is to export an interface named drink, which has these things. So whatever we want to define or declare here is up to us. All these keys and the elements is according to our design, the design of our app, and what kind of information that we want to use inside our mobile app. So we are currently declaring the type of this data. So basically everything will be string, and it is important to declare this so that the app or Angular will recognize our information. Okay, we just like what you are doing inside Arduino, we always need to declare the type of our data. So this is how we do it. We are now having an interface called drink. We will call this interface to be inserted into a database that we will save inside the service. Okay, now we have this interface, we will save that, and then we will create a service at this folder drink. So how to do that? We will use ionic generate, and then it will ask us what we want to generate. So we are generating, or we are using service. Previously we are using interface. So we select the service, and then it will ask us where to keep that service. So basically we can keep it anywhere, but for the sake of having a very clean management of coding, so we will put it inside this drink folder. So it will be drink folder name slash the name of the service, which is why the name slash path of service will be drink slash drink. It means that it will be in drink folder, and the name of the service is also drink. So it will be inside this folder. So just press enter and you will see the addition here, drink.service.ts and drink.service.spike.ts. So basically we will not touch this. We only need to deal with drink.service.ts only. Okay, let's go inside there. And we should remember inside our drink.model.ts, these are what we have as the key of our array, which we will use in drink.service.ts. But before that, okay, I'm just putting it here for our reference. Okay, for that purpose, we need to import this. We need to import this interface called drink. So we will go here, drink.service.ts, and have the import called drink from drink.model. So automatically it will import for us, and then we are going to create a new array that has all the things, all the elements that have these things. Okay, so to do that, we will declare an array, a private array, with a new name of drinks from the array called drink, which is assigned to this array. Jadi sebenarnya ini adalah array yang kita dah panggil daripada drink ni tadi. Dia di dalam array ni yang kita panggil dan diberikan nama baru ataupun value baru, which consists of these elements. Elemen yang banyak-banyak ni, sama macam yang drink kita pernah buat sebelum ni. Okay, jadi itu adalah bezanya. Kita declare baru daripada array sedia ada yang mengandungi type of data type macam ni, yang mana array ini diassignkan kepada this array. Yang ada semua ni, which will be like this. Katakan saya dah prepare all the data here. Yang ini adalah beza cara menulis dia. Saya susun setiap elemen ni dalam ni untuk nampak kemas sedikit lah. Let's see, cuba macam ni. Okay. Yang ni pun sama. Awak boleh menulis dengan cara yang sama untuk nampak data tu lebih tersusun dan lebih senada. Okay, you tak perlu risau. You don't have to worry if yours is not same as mine. But more important is you have this ID, same ID, title. The rest could be your data. Awak nak bawa gambar lain pun boleh, awak nak bubuh harga lain pun boleh, awak nak bubuh description lain pun boleh. But make sure all for each element you have all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters or 5 keys with its own values inside a single column. Single quote symbol. Okay. So now we have declared the list of the array. We have 5 different types of drink. So this is sort of like our database. And then we will, semua ni sama dengan sini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perkara yang ada. Kemudian kita akan standby two functions. First one is to get all drinks, untuk dapatkan untuk dapatkan list ini secara keseluruhannya untuk dibaca, satu function. And another function is to get a particular drink berdasarkan according to the drink ID, which is in string data type. Okay. So to get all drinks, what we will return to the user is the array of this drinks. Mana datang drinks ni? Ini adalah nama baru. This drinks ni adalah nama baru bagi array kita yang kita dah define di sini, drinks. So bila dipaparkan page drink ni nanti, apa yang akan keluar adalah this function which is to return all the list of this drink. Kat mana tu? Dekat kita punya TS nanti, drink.ts nanti. Okay. And then dalam get drink ni adalah untuk paparkan that particular drink that we want to call. So the syntax will be return what? Return this dot drinks and find the drink according to ID that we have. ID mana yang kita pakai. Okay, macam mana nak tahu ID yang mana kita pakai? Pada setiap minuman ni, dah dibekalkan sebagai ID dia. Okay, jadi pada setiap ID inilah yang dia akan capture untuk dia paparkan accordingly. Okay, so ini adalah untuk get drink. And now it is time for us to design the HTML part of this drink.page.html. Jadi kita nak dapatkan paparan dia seperti ini. Jadi kita kena masukkan the ion list and whatsoever, and then we also have the back button here. So we will change this as well. So what you need to do is to go to the drink.page.html. At this page, we will cater on the header first. Inside this ion header, we need to put an ion button. So di dalam ion toolbar ni, kita ada ion buttons. Ada S Dan dalam ini barulah ada ion back button. This is what the Ionic has prepared for us. So the cat attribute, make sure di dalam opening tag ni, bukan in between. Di dalam opening tag ni, make some space and we put on the default href. Default href assigned to slash. Oh, slash tu keluar pula. Slash. Yang ini merujuk kepada dia akan patah balik saja ke mana yang sebelum ni ada. So we will use this attribute default href di dalam tag ion back button yang berada di dalam ion button. So ion buttons ini kita nak letakkan di sebelah kiri, bermaksud dia adalah di slot start. Kalau kat sini di slot end. So we will put the slot at the ion buttons tag, which is slot start. Okay, so bila kita ada letakkan slot start sini, bila kita save kita punya app sekarang, mana app kita sekarang? Ni app kita yang sudah ada ni dah ada back button. So dia akan back kepada home lah. Okay, back button dah ada. So now kita akan drink ni, kita akan list of drinks. Save. Jadi dia akan berubah kepada list of drinks. Okay, and then kita nak masukkan ion content pula. Ion content. Dalam ion content tu kita ada ion list. sebab kita nak masukkan dalam bentuk ion list. Seperti biasa, awak boleh je nak buat dalam bentuk card pun tak ada masalah. Tak apa, saya tunjuk dulu. I will show you the way on putting it inside a list, and then we will change or manipulate it into a card design. So under ion list, we'll have the ion item. Ion item. No. Ion item. Okay, we have ion item, and inside ion item, we will have ion avatar. So ion avatar ni is this one. Ion avatar, it will have the frame only. When we put ion image inside it, only then the photo will change into avatar. So inside ion avatar, we will have ion image or ion img. Alright, right now we will apply the ng4 directives that we have learned in previous class. So I can see that there's a double symbol here. Okay, we will apply the ng4 directive. So we know that inside the service we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements inside this array. Okay, so ng for every element inside this, which is let something, still remember that, let something of something. So of something is from this, so the name is strings. So something will be drinks, and this one will be any variable, a new variable that will be referred to this array. So let's say drink list. Okay, so ng for let drink list of drinks. And then in ion image, we will perform the property binding. So we are using src assigned to. Now we can call the drink list. Previously, we have we put drink list dot image. We have this image URL, so image URL. Okay, and then we want to have the name or the name of the drink, so we will put it under here. We are going to use ion label, where ion label will be the drink list dot title. Jadi the title of each drink will be displayed here. Okay, it will be this one. This one is the ion label, and this one is the ion avatar. Inside that we have ion image. Okay, what's next? I think we forgot to import something inside drink.page.ts, so we will go to that now, because currently we are finished with designing our HTML template, so it will be like this. Okay, then don't forget to go to the drink.page.ts. We need to call the service and also as well as the drink service and the drink model inside drink.model. So we can import in drink.page.ts. We will import the drink from drink.model. The first thing that we do just now, And then another import, which is drink service. Dia sebenarnya apa yang kita import ni semua adalah template-template dan apa yang kita dah define sebelum ni, define data type. Kita panggil kembali untuk digunakan sahaja supaya HTML dengan drink page.ts dapat recognize apa yang kita dah buat. Kita boleh je buat semua drink.service.ts ni letakkan sekali dalam drink.page.ts, tapi kita nak simplifykan. Jadi which is why we create the service.ts ni, service tadi, untuk simpan benda-benda ni dan untuk simpan semua function-function yang terlibat. Jadi so that you know that you have options on how to manage your programming or how to manage your coding. Cuma you need to be careful on to always import things that are relatable. Kalau tadi kita start dengan drink model and then we create a service, daripada create a service ini kita akan import this drink.model. Kemudian kita pergi pada drink.page.ts yang sebenarnya manage yang maintain the whole drink page ni. So kita kena import drink.model tu sekali lagi, and this time kita akan import drink service ini. Yang nama dia pada drink ni. Macam mana nak tahu nama dia? Dalam ni dia export apa? Dia export drink service. Jadi bila dia export, kita akan lakukan proses import. So drink service ada di sini. You just simply click, dia akan tolong importkan untuk kita. Okay. And seperti proses import library, kita ada inject, import, inject and implement. So now only for drink service we have the import. We need to inject this service. So we will use a private drink service. New variable for drink, which is drink service. New variable for drink service, and what we want to use is drink service. Ejaan dia berbeza. Okay. So now kita dah import dia. Dan kenapa kita kena import drink ni? Untuk kita declare sekali lagi di sini array mana yang kita pakai. Jadi kita berikan nama baru iaitu drinks, dan kita gunakan array drink ini. Daripada mana array ni? Array ini datangnya daripada drink.model.ts yang ni tadi. Okay. So itu kita declare di sini. Alright, now all both are highlighted, dah terang. So di sini kita akan gunakan this ng on init ini. Ng on init is something that yang the first thing that will appear on the handphone or on the device, on the display. So bila buka saja itu yang akan terpapar. Jadi kita akan gunakan ng on init ini punya skeleton. So inside here we will call this dot drinks. Okay, this dot drinks, this array is equals to this dot drink service. Array ini adalah array yang ada di dalam drink service, yang mana kita nak panggil semua. So kita dah ada function untuk panggil ni. Kita returnkan semua drinks yang ada dalam ni, which is why we use the function get all drinks. And jangan lupa the parenthesis and also the semicolon. And then we save it. Okay, let's see if now we already have the list. Cuma kita tak klikkan, tak boleh klik lagi. It's not clickable yet, but still the back button is functional. Now we have the list of the drink inside a list with an avatar and the label of the drinks that we have inserted inside this drink.service.ts. Cuma dalam ni kita cuma pakai title, cuma pakai image.url sahaja dahulu. Can you see this? Kita hanya pakai drink list title and drink list or image.url sahaja. Kenapa kita dapat drink list ni? Sebab kita nak gunakan ng4, where ng4 is let something of something. So something is the name of the array that we want to use, and the first something is the new variable that we want to refer our array as. Okay, so that one dah habis satu part untuk paparan di list of drinks. So later, selepas ini kita akan buat macam, kita akan sama-sama buat macam mana bila klik dia akan keluar the info detail. Okay, now we already have our list of drinks. Next, we will create another page to display the details of each drink that has been selected by the user. So for that, we will create a new page. However, we want to make that page inside this drink folder to be the child or the subfolder of drink folder. So we need to type Ionic generate page, and we need to write drink first before we put drink hyphen detail. What is meant by this syntax is that we want to put a page name drink detail inside the drink folder, so which is why we have this path. Okay, so enter, and we will see that inside this drink there will be another folder of drink detail. Okay, now we already have drink detail inside the drink. And automatically, inside the drink routing module, which is for this drink, it will generate a new path here, which is drink detail. Means that inside this folder, it has a path created here. Okay, so that's just for your information. And what we will do next is to design the template for drink.detail. We can expand it, so we have another six files inside here. So we will generate how the page look like. But before that happen, we will need to set something inside the drinkdetail.page.ts. So we go to drink-detail.page.ts. We need to import the same thing. We need to import the drink and also drink service. Drink from drink.model and drink service from drink.service. So let's do that. Okay, now we have import drink and also drink service from these things. And then we need another one library used from the Angular, which is activated root and router. So we do the import first. This is to comply the 3 steps: import, inject, and implement things here. So import a library called activated route, same as router. Router comes from the same library, Angular/router. Okay, so we need both. Okay, so let's define a new name for the array. In drink, we use drinks. In drink.page.ts, we use drink as the new name for this array. However, in drink.detail.page.ts, we will use loaded drink to define this drink array. Okay, and then we will inject whatever we have import just now. So we have 3 things to inject. I think you would know this. These are just the variables, so it can be any name. Just to make it easier, we're just using the same name, only that it is written in camel case. Compared to this one, the first alphabet in each word is in capital letter, but this one we use camel case, okay, to define or to inject our library. And since that this detail page will only display one page of information for the selected drink, we will use ng on init as well, and we will classify on which data or which element inside the drink array that will be selected by the mobile app. So here we will do this dot activated root, so it will go to this parameter and it will subscribe to anything that has an ID. Anything without the correct ID and it cannot identify the ID, it will return back to the list page. Okay, so this both sign, assigned and angle bracket, is called a promise. A promise is also similar like if and else situation. So it will promise if cannot find any param map that has a valid drink ID, it will route or it will send and navigate to the initial page, which is drink page. And it will return this. If not, if it could identify which drink has been selected, then that particular drink ID will show the page and the information according to the given drink ID. Hence, the page will get all the information, which is get drink according to the drink ID. Kat mana kita define drink ID ni? Later on in the path section, routing section, nanti kita akan ubah the position tu. So currently this is what we need to put inside. Drink ID tadi dah ada di dalam drink.model.ts. Bukan model, service. Jadi nama URL awak nanti akan jadi /drink/coffee ke tea ke milk ke, according to this lah. Nama tu kita dah define di sini. Coffee, tea, milk. Kalau letak sini 1, 2, so dia akan jadi /drink/1, /drink/2, according to ni. Kalau 3, milk, 4, cappuccino. Okay, contohnya adalah begini. Click coffee, so this is the URL will be. When we click back, the URL akan hilang. When click cappuccino, this will be the URL for cappuccino. Alright, okay. So kita masih berada di sini. Go back to our work. Di bahagian TS kita dah selesaikan drink detail.page.ts settled. So now kita akan cater for the drink detail page.html. So we will go to drink detail.page.html. Cuma bezanya di sini ada beberapa interpolation yang kita akan pakai, sebabnya dia sekarang dah jadi customized. Dia akan jadi kata apa tu, dependable. Dia depend pada minuman mana yang kita pilih dan di situ akan dipetik. So kita akan buat dulu back button untuk mudahkan. Jadi pergi ke drink.page.html, follow, copy saja semua header ni dan paste balik di drinkdetail.page.html. Cuma yang ini akan ubah, bukan jadi list of drinks, kita akan panggil dia sebagai loaded drink. Yang mana loaded drink ni adalah nama yang kita define baru untuk array drink tu. Loaded drink dot apa yang kita nak panggil. Jadi biasanya dekat title atas ni kita bubuh nama minuman tu, betul? So kita akan pilih title, dot title. Okay, kita tengok ada apa-apa tak perubahan so far. Belum lagi sebab tak letak klik lagi. And then kita akan gunakan, okay, I will simply copy this dan saya akan explain. So apa yang ada sekarang ini di bahagian ion content adalah satu ion grid. Okay, satu ion grid. Yang mana dalam ion grid ni kita ada 3 row. Dalam ion grid ni ada 3 row yang saya sediakan. Where at the first row we have one column that will show an image. Dan image ini kita panggil daripada menggunakan property binding. Dan kita panggil daripada array tu nama loaded drink, and the particular value kita akan pakai adalah image URL. Okay, that is the first row. Inside the second row we have another column, but this one we put a header h1. We make it center, and the display or the wording or the info that we put there is the title of the drink. Inside a parenthesis, dalam kurungan tu kita letakkan harga dia, the price of the loaded drink. That one is in the second row. While at the third row we have another column, and this time we put the description of that drink accordingly. Okay, kita tak boleh klik lagi sebabnya kita tidak letakkan any click event pada drink tu. So let's go back to the drink.page.html. Inside this item ng4, selepas daripada ng4 ni kita perlu bubuh router link. Okay, so again we use the property binding. Jadi dia di dalam square bracket, router link equals assign to this one inside this akan pergi ke satu ni, akan pergi ke page next ataupun somewhere else, which is depends on the ID that has been selected. Ni tak ada tutup. Okay, bermaksud tadi drink list dah ada banyak type of drinks inside the list, and it will be clickable. Setiap kali diklikkan tu dia akan pergi ke, biasanya kan router link kita type macam ni, router link macam ni, betul? Okay, tanya awak mesti awak tak jawab kan, saya rekod sendiri video ni. Okay, router link yang ke sini pergi ke mana-mana destination. Dengan konsep yang sama, kita buatkan template dia. Means that dia pergi ke sesuatu tempat dan tempat itu akan ditentukan oleh ID yang mana item yang diklik oleh user, which is why the way we write the syntax is like this. Okay, so let's see if it's now can be clicked. And you can see the difference here. Dah ada satu sort of a symbol that makes it clickable, to tell the user that it is clickable. So when we click, cannot go to anywhere yet because like I said, kita perlu ubah routing dia sedikit. Okay, sekarang ni apa yang akan berlaku sepatutnya bila diklikkan macam ni, bila diklikkan akan ada path yang baru pada URL, correct? And then to do that, kita kena make sure kita alihkan the routing tu. So let's see. So to change the routing so that this one is doable, bila diklik dia akan keluar link URL. And this one dia tak detect lagi drink tea ni and everything inside there lah. Jadi pergi ke app-routing.module.ts app-routing.module.ts and you can see that we only have these two pages. We have the home page, we have the landing page, which is a redirect to page, and we have the drink page. So this one is not counted. Jadi ada dua lah, home dengan drink. Macam kita ada sekarang, ada home, ada drink. Okay. And inside this path drink ni, kita nak kena letakkan dia punya children dalam ni. Kenapa? Sebab kita nak ada laluan /drink/nama drink, /drink/coffee, /drink/tea. Okay, jadi kita perlu insertkan the children path lah, to be said. Dan dia berada di dalam satu array. Okay, inside this array barulah ada elemen anak-anak yang ada di dalam path itu. Okay, ke dalam ni kita kena masukkan balik path kosong untuk drink ni, dan satu lagi adalah untuk detail drink. Jadi the first one will be yang sedia ada ni, yang asalnya ni, yang asal daripada drink tadi tu. So we put here path ni colon colon this one is comma, dan ambil ini bawa ke bawah ni. Okay, so satu path adalah sedia ada. Path kosong ni maksudnya apa yang ada di atas ni. Jadi path kosong ni akan pergi ke drink module dulu. Dan yang kedua ini barulah path yang berdasarkan drink ID yang dipilih oleh user. Kemudian untuk dia pergi ke path tu, dia perlu pilih drink detail punya path. Jadi kita pergi ke drink detail routing module ni. Bukan. Pergi ke drink routing.module.ts. Yang ini adalah path untuk drink detail. Jadi kita cuma panggil bawah ni saja. Kopikan dia dan kemudian pastekan di dalam path ini. Bermaksud apabila ID yang dipilih itu ditekan oleh user, so dia akan pergi kepada that particular page lah, drink detail page. Cuma yang ini dia direct drink detail, so kita kena tambah lagi satu laluan dia, iaitu folder drink ni. So you add on drink, kemudian satu lagi slash. Okay, jadi dia akan masuk ke drink, barulah ke drink detail. Okay, now supposedly our path is functional lah. Okay, dia dah refresh. So when we click coffee, akan keluar coffee. When we click cappuccino, akan keluar cappuccino. And interestingly, di dalam setiap page tu kita tak perlu buat page-page baru pun. Kita tak perlu buat page untuk milk, tak perlu buat page untuk latte, tak perlu buat page untuk tea. Semuanya kita dah definekan di dalam drink detail ni, yang mana dekat page HTML ni dia sendiri akan pilih drink mana yang dah dipilih berdasarkan ID oleh user untuk dia paparkan. Samalah image mana yang perlu pakai, berapa price dia, apa nama minuman dia. So this one title dalam kurungan price. Jadi ini yang dimaksudkan, title dalam kurungan price, description di bawah. So ini hanyalah sekadar kata template yang akan diikuti oleh semua item-item, dan whatever item that the user selected akan dipaparkan dalam bentuk yang sama. In fact, nama dia pun dekat atas ni pun berubah-ubah berdasarkan header kita. Sebab header kita letak interpolation juga kan, loaded drink.title. Jadi dia akan berubahlah, dia tidak akan spesifik pada satu nama saja. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Selamat mencuba.